Oh, it is that time. Thank you so much for watching NBC6 Voices on our Facebook and YouTube pages. I'm Jawan Strader. Well, as more people get vaccinated and begin traveling, you may look on social media and think that, I want to see the world and travel. But that may seem difficult if you have young children. But our guests tonight are going to tell us how and why they do it. Monet Hambrick is a mother of two and the founder of The Traveling Child. The account has 140,000 followers on Instagram. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And you're not, Monet, you're not alone. You're joined by your husband, James, also Jordan and Kennedy as well. I love it. Well, this is going to be a great show. There's so much to talk about. And first and foremost, I just want to ask you, what made you start The Traveling Child?
Well, I started it back in 2016, actually, thankfully to my friend Paula, who's the one that motivated me to start it. My husband and I both grew up traveling. We traveled with our family growing up. I studied abroad in high school, and then the both of us studied abroad together when we were in college at the one and only University of Florida. We studied abroad in China together. And when I got pregnant with Jordan, the first thing anyone ever said was, oh, you're not going to be able to travel anymore. And we were like, you don't know us. Yes, we are. And we did. When Jordan was 6 weeks, she went on her first flight. She went on a 2-week trip with her to Italy and Greece while I was 4 months pregnant with Kennedy. So we just wanted to be able to share our passion of travel with other families, other parents, or, people that want to be parents in the future that have heard the same thing. Oh, travel while you're single, travel before you get married, travel before you have kids, because once you do, you'll no longer be able to. And we just wanted to share our knowledge, our tips, our tricks, itineraries, for other families to be able to do the same thing if that's what they want to.
Well, Monet, what was your initial response when you started The Traveling Child?
So most people were like, oh my God, yes, there's someone who is quote unquote crazy like me, because that's what all their friends and family told them, that they were crazy for thinking that they can travel with young kids. So that was most of the response that we got. We did, of course, have some people that thought it was a dumb idea. Oh, you're wasting your money. Why would you travel with kids so young? They're never going to remember. But we'll remember as parents. It's not just about them. It's about the memories that we create as a family. And we're seeing, the joy in their faces, no matter how old they are. As people in general, you learn through situations. So while they may not remember every single aspect of a trip, there's something in that probably taught them something that, they still hold with them today.
And the fact that all of you, you're a beautiful Black family. You're successful. And this is what I see when I see The Traveling Child. That's why it attracted me when I first came across the page, because I saw my children in your children. I saw myself in your husband, saw my wife in you. So I saw that, and I saw somebody that looks like us. Mm-hmm. So why do you believe that this is resonating so much with people of color?
Because, there's this myth that Black people don't travel. It's all over media. When you look at advertisements, who travel companies decide to work with, even if you're visiting a destination where the majority of the people are Black, when they're showing their commercials, everyone at the resort is typically white. So, it gave us the opportunity to show people that here we are a Black family. You can travel as a Black family. Black travelers in the United States spend over $100 billion a year on travel. So we're traveling. And it's something about seeing yourself do something. Some of the destinations we go to may not be typical that every Black family would think of going. Like we went to Denmark, to Copenhagen, and we had a great time. And hearing people respond to that and say, wow, I never knew that, I could have a good time in Copenhagen, or I'd be welcome there. And them seeing us go lets them know, okay, we truly can travel anywhere we want to, no matter the color of our skin.
Okay, well, I'm letting you do all the talking because you're kind of the founder of the traveling child. So I gotta talk to your guest right next to you. So first, I got to talk to your main man right there, and that's James. And James, I got to ask you, what are your thoughts on the traveling child and seeing how this has evolved?
I love it. I like when they said, I traveled a ton as a kid with my family. I had an aunt who I'm an only child, so my aunt doesn't have any kids as well. So for her, it was like, hey, like I love to travel, and I'm going to put that bug into you, so you can come see the world with me. So I was big on whenever, if we were lucky to have kids or blessed to have kids, like if we were able to have that happen, to actually let them see the world as well and do it with us. And I love it. From the biggest thing for me was we went to Europe. We were on a train where there's other kids on the train. Both, our kids speak English. The other child spoke French. Didn't speak the same language, and they were able to communicate for about a 2-hour train ride and have fun. And that moment right there was like, this said it all. Just in regards to watching my child communicate with somebody else, different race, different language, and make it work. Have fun together. That was a big thing for me. Is seeing that happen at such a young age. I knew what we were doing would have a lasting impact on the kids. Just to be able to be global citizens, be able to not, I don't want to say melt into a situation, but just be able to do what you have to do to communicate with the world and be a good citizen. So I love it. I'm excited to be here with her instead of watching it, from the outside, but actually being here, helping impact what we do. It's a blessing, and I try my best to be an addition to what we have going on.
But James, are you surprised at just the response? I mean, 140,000 and growing on Instagram. Did it surprise you even?
At first it did, but then I remembered who my wife is. And this is somebody who, whatever she does and puts her mind to, it's going to be next level. And I've seen that just from being in class with her. When I was attracted to her in class, to knowing from day one, like I'm going to marry this lady one day. So I saw what she has and what she brings to the table. So realistically, it wasn't a surprise because I know the work that she puts into it. And it's a true passion. It's not something that's, hey, like, let's just try something out. Like, she really loves what she does. So I'm not surprised.
You sound like a very good man. Monet, I don't know what you did to him, but he's saying the right things. I tell you that. So more power to you, James, for sure. Okay, well, let's talk to the stars of the traveling child. So let's talk to Jordan, because Jordan, you're the first. You're the oldest. Okay, how old are you, Jordan?
I am 7.
You're 7 years old. That's right, because you're really close to my daughter's age. So I got to ask you, what do you think about traveling to all these unique places?
I love it because they get to explore new languages. They get to learn lots of things. Like in Kenya, we learned, that was in Kenya, right? Mm-hmm. In Kenya, we learned how to make a fire with only a knife and stick and dust.
We went to the Maasai tribe.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I taught her.
And when we were in the safari, I was able to see cheetahs for my first time. That's when I knew they were my favorite animal.
Okay, well, this is amazing. You're talking about Kenya right now. I haven't even gone to Kenya, which I hope to go here soon. But I got to ask you, so out of all the places you've traveled, and we're going to get to some of those places in a minute, what's your favorite?
I like Hawaii, Mexico, Kenya, and Thailand, even though I got slapped with an elephant. In one place in Africa we went, I got slapped by a monkey 2 times.
Oh my goodness.
When we were in Kenya, she got slapped by a monkey.
Yeah, I was scared to go out of the trampoline because I got the monkeys with her.
Oh my goodness. Well, definitely some memories here that are being made by making all these unique journeys around the world. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we heard from you. So let's go over to Kennedy, since we heard from you, Jordan. And then, of course, we'll come back to you. So I know, how old are you? How old are you? You're 5. You sound like you're going on 25. So you're 5 years old. Okay. So what do you think about all this traveling? Do you like it?
Yeah.
What's so fun about it?
I get to travel. I get to see new places. I get to have fun.
That is great. Okay, so do you know of your favorite place that you travel to? Can you tell me? Do you know which one it is?
I think it's Mexico
Why?
because I gotta go to the pool. I gotta go on the water slide.
Ooh, nice.
I gotta go in the wave pool.
Wow, that is
And I gotta go to the kids club.
that is great. And the kids club. It's so funny because I was waiting for one of them to mess up and say my favorite place was Disney. And they did not do it. They didn't do it. Instead, they talked about some of these other countries out there being their favorite. And that's amazing right there. That lets me know the impact that it's having on them. So Monet, listening to them talk, first of all, they sound older than 5 and 7, but the impact that this is having on them, how does it make you feel as a parent?
I mean, it makes me feel great. So we just went to Mexico for her birthday. That's where we spent her 7th birthday. And it was a surprise when we got there. I asked her, what is it that you want to do? Because she'd been talking about going to Mexico for a while because she learned about it in class recently. And, most kids, their response, if you ask them what they want to do, which is fine, like Kennedy said, oh, the pool, the water slides. But Jordan said that she wanted to learn about the Mexican culture. She wanted to take a cooking class to learn about the Mexican food and a dance class to learn about Mexican dancing. And for a 7-year-old, for that to be her wish to do, to me, it just means a lot because, especially with the political climate a lot and, a lot of times in the United States, we truly want to be able to raise kids who are respectful of people no matter how they look, where they come from, how they dress, the language that they speak, or anything like that. So for me, it's the exposure that travel gives her for her to see people that are speaking a different language, look differently than her, and for her to want to learn about their cultures. To me, that has been, the most impactful and important part about, all of our travels.
Can you break down? And I don't know if you can, but I don't even know if you know this, just off the top of your head. Can you name the places that you've traveled? Just go ahead. Can you name them? Just go ahead.
Okay. Kenya, Morocco,
in the map.
Australia, Barbados, Aruba, Jamaica. Well, I'm Jamaican, but Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cuba, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, England, Mexico, Denmark, Sweden, Colombia, Brazil. And then we've been a lot of places. Costa Rica, Thailand, Singapore. Then we've been a lot of places in the States too.
Yeah, Daddy went to Japan.
We're going to Japan soon. Me and Daddy went, but we're supposed to go next year for spring break.
Daddy went to another place in Africa. I don't remember.
Well, Daddy's been to Ghana, but you guys didn't go.
I never been, but I did. Did learn their language, kind of because I learned how to say their numbers.
So I have to ask you. So, is this your full-time job? Is this and is it this? Is it now the traveling child is your job, or?
Yeah, so now the traveling child is my full-time job, and I still pinch myself every time I say that because I can't believe it. I literally turned my passion into a career, and it's insane, but yes, it is my full-time job now.
Okay, so we're going to get to that because the fact that this is and James, what about you?
I work for a travel company, so it's
ironic
travel, but it's not with the traveling child. But the traveling child employs all of us, realistically.
I love it. Okay, so I have to get to this because there are parents that are watching this right now. They're like, I'm even curious because I have 2 young kids too, and sometimes it can be a little difficult when we travel. What advice do you have out there for other parents when you're traveling with 2 young kids?
Yeah, so especially if you're going like with an infant, say like I went to Australia with Kennedy when she was 8 months old. So that's a pretty long flight. When after you book your ticket, you can request a bassinet from the airline on international flights. That way you can be a little bit more hands-free, put them in the bassinet to sleep. There's straps on there for them to stay safe as well. You know, a lot of flights now do have entertainment on board with TVs, but sometimes, technology fails. So like on Netflix, they have downloadable shows and movies. We download those on tablets before we go on the plane, bringing tons of snacks for little ones. Excitement of something new is always great. So I would always go to like the dollar section in Target or the dollar store, buy some new toys, wrap them because they just get excited about unwrapping things. And that's an activity in itself. Toys that don't cause a lot of noise because, you don't want to disturb others on the plane. And picking things that really interest them. There's 4 of us, and while we can't do something every single day that everyone loves, we always make sure we take everyone's interest into play when planning the itineraries. So like Jordan loves to cook, so we typically do a cooking class in every country, even state that we visit. Kennedy likes to dance, so we like to do dancing classes, and then incorporating James and I's wants and as well. He loves adventure, so you'll often find us doing crazy things like zip lining or parasailing or who knows what else. So
or zip lining over gators.
Yeah, or zip lining over gators like we did in Orlando. So
or Tower of Terror.
Yes, or Tower of Terror.
Or Slinky Dog.
Yes. So really, there's so many tips. It's hard to go over all of them right now. And that is one thing. I do have tips, all over my website, for flying with babies, with toddlers, if you're a nursing mom and you're traveling with breast milk, like all those things to make it, easier for you, because we made mistakes, of course, when we first started traveling with them, and we didn't want anybody to make the same mistakes that we did. So we really try to provide all that information.
And then what about affordability? Because of course you named a lot of exotic places, and as we know, traveling sometimes can be sometimes costly for some, or it could take months to save up. What advice do you have as far as traveling on a budget?
Yes, so 100% follow the deal. So the thing is, if you have a specific destination in mind and specific dates, it's going to be very hard for you to find cheap flights. But the main thing with us is we follow the deal. So a lot of those places that I mentioned, we went, pretty affordably. We went to Brazil for spring break. So you can definitely find deals during school breaks for kids for $300 round trip. We just booked flights to Japan for next year, $209 round trip. So for a family of 4, we're going to Japan, to Tokyo, on American Airlines it was $837 total for the 4 of us. So the websites that I use to find deals are Scott's Cheap Flights, The Flight Deal, Skyscanner, Secret Flying, and then you can also use Google Flights as well. They'll show you, what the deals are from what airport to what airport, the dates that they're available, what airline they're on. Some of the deals are for like a year out in advance. So like when we booked our flights to Kenya, that was far out in advance. Some of the flights may be, in 3 months. So it really just depends, but flexibility is key. And if you can be flexible, you can definitely find cheap flights. We also sometimes, will stay in vacation homes and cook. When we're traveling as well, especially breakfast. It's such an easy meal to cook, but if you eat out, it can be rather expensive and the costs add up. So finding different ways like that to cut on costs, always looking at sites like Travelzoo or Groupon for activities before purchasing them, because you can save, money on activities that you're going to be doing in the destination. If you could take public transportation while you're there, that saves a lot, especially when we go to Europe. Their public transportation is so good. So we can buy an unlimited pass, and it's much cheaper than renting a car or taking taxis. So many ways to bring costs down and afford travel, because we know we have 2 kids, and once they turn 2, those extra flight costs definitely add up.
And Jordan, can you tell me what place are you looking forward to visiting that you haven't visited yet?
Japan, because my cousin, even though she's moving, I just hope I'll get to see her at least once, because I only see her at my Auntie Anna's house.
Okay. All right. And Kennedy, what place do you want to go visit that you haven't visited yet?
I think. Where's the places on the map that we never went?
There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
I think you told me Egypt the other day.
No, I didn't.
Was that you or Jordan?
That's me.
Oh, that was Jordan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody said Egypt.
Oh,
Yes.
I know I want to go to Antarctica.
Antarctica?
Antarctica.
You want to go see the penguins?
Ooh.
That's what I want to do too.
Ah, I love it. So Monet, is that one of the places you would like to go as well?
Oh yes, I would love to go to Antarctica, but realistically for me, I don't necessarily need to visit every country in the world.
Yeah.
I would like to visit all 54 countries in Africa. That is a big goal of mine.
Oh my goodness. Okay, James. Okay. I mean, hey, you got to lay it on the line here. Okay, the pressure's on. So where is it?
I've always had a thing for Asia. So I want to do South Korea is one of my big trips that I want to take soon.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, I can't wait to just see when you guys start going to some of these places that you just named and just checking out IG and checking out some of those places. And also a few more things before I let you go. And Monet, along with writing about your travels, you also chronicle your natural hair routines. How did that start?
Yes, so as you can see, there's lots of hair over here.
Yeah.
I had to get braids because doing 3 heads of hair is a lot of time. So I needed a little break. But yeah, just traveling so much with natural hair, in and out of the pool and beach all the time. It's something that, especially having a large, Black following, it's something that's important because everyone wants to know, like, if I'm going to a beach or a pool destination, like, how am I going to be able to enjoy myself and also take care of my hair? So just sharing, the products that we use, different things that are easy to travel with, swim caps, like we use Swim Caps. They're a Black-owned swim cap company that specifically makes swim caps to go over afros, braids, dreadlocks. So, things that work well for us. And, it's something that my community really enjoys as well because, yeah, it's a lot of hair over here.
And believe me, I'm sure my wife would agree with you with our daughter as well. So no, I know I love it. And before I let you go, Monet, what advice do you have for maybe folks that are watching right now? They're like, man, I can do this, or I can start an IG page based on my passion, and it may evolve into something. What advice do you have for folks out there that may be wondering about that?
I would say just do it because you never know. I mean, I never would have imagined I'd have, as many followers as we have on our platform now, never in my wildest dreams. But when you're passionate about something, people can tell, and it's not work. It's truly not work because you're just doing something that you love to do. When I first started my Instagram, I didn't even know that people make money from doing this. So it's just really honing in on something that you care about, that you can share with others and other people would benefit from it. Just also, speaking back to your community. So many of the people that follow us, like, I consider them friends now. We've had play dates or we've met, when we're going to one of the destinations, they're like, oh, we live here, and we're like, okay, let's meet up, while we're there. So it's really truly building a community and not quitting. Like, nothing happens overnight. It takes lots of work, to grow a community. And then just also remembering there are so many other avenues besides just like Instagram. So for instance, I have a blog, and to be successful just with anything in life, diversifying. So we also have like our own children's book. It's the Traveling Child Goes To series. The first one was The Traveling Child Goes to Rio de Janeiro. So it's published and you can find it on Amazon. I also do freelance writing for different publications like The Points Guy, and just finding, the things that coincide with that. But the biggest thing is not giving up, because what I've seen through other people that start journeys, you know, with blogging and being on Instagram, is the ones that aren't successful are really just the ones that stop trying.
And one thing I think she's skipping is just being authentic. She's been herself throughout this entire process. And when the world sees that, people see that, like they're attracted to authentic. So
James, you're on it, my brother. I tell you that. I think, and Monet, she's smiling right now, so you're saying the right thing. So, Monet, is he always like this, or is he always like this?
He's always like this.
Yeah,
we gotta empower each other. You know?
Amen, brother. Amen. Yes, we do. And you know what? And that's what I see when I see you guys, and I see the love. I have another motto. I have a few mottos, and one is about faith, family, and love. And so when I came across your page, that's what I saw. And that I was just, and when I found out you guys lived in South Florida, I almost lost it. And I'm like, I can't believe I haven't done this. I haven't done anything on them. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show and sharing that knowledge with so many of our viewers and our guests that are going to be watching this. So thank you so much. And I hope that you visit every single place, Jordan and Kennedy, that you guys want to visit. And please share those pictures from Antarctica. Share some of those and some of those pictures whenever you can. And those other countries. No, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you, Monet and James.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
You got it. I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing you guys soon for some play
so.
You gotta come on a trip with us.
Yes.
What's that, James? What'd you say?
You have to come on a trip with us.
Absolutely. There you go. That sounds like another story right there. That sounds like another story. Amen to that. Hey, I love that. I love to get paid to do what I love to do. So thank you guys so much for joining us on this show. And I want to thank all of our viewers out there. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Remember, you can follow me, The Traveling Child. You can follow them on Instagram and be a part of their journey as they share it with so many other people out there. And again, I'm at Jawan NBC6. You can also message us on social media if you have a story idea. And before we go, my other motto, remember, education is the key to success. If you believe, you will succeed. We'll see you next time. Have a great week.